Absolutely, sir.
Yeah, you better not be lying to me.
How are you coping? Are you still working?
I actually got laid off from one of my jobs.
So how many? Which one was it? Was it the one, the displays in front of what's it called? Sam something. What's it called?
You're referring to Costco. What was the other job I worked? Do you remember?
What's that? You never told me the other one.
Well, I did because you knew I had two.
You said you had two jobs, but you didn't tell me what the other one was.
I didn't catch that. Jeez. I got laid off at Costco because of the nature of, serving food.
That makes sense. And what about the other one?
I'm still working. Are you still working?
Yeah, I'm calling you from work right now.
Have you had your hours reduced at all? Or?
Yeah, I lost about 9 hours a week, I'd say. Well, 2 hours a week, and then they started allowing me to take some of my vacation time.
Oh, okay.
So, you're on Facebook. You know that I second guessed Nancy Pelosi, and I asked her if she wanted the economy to collapse. And you know that Jerry put "shut up" on Facebook, right? Did you read that?
He said that he was hacked to I'm defending Jerry. He said that
Yeah, so you're just like my mom. You're defending something that's indefensible. Like nobody, it's unbelievable. Nobody has my side. He tells me to shut up.
Are you? Whoa! Are you calling Jerry a liar?
I call my mom and I say, he told me to shut up on Facebook, right? And she said, well, you were mean to him. What about what you said to him? And I said, I didn't say anything to him. I just said, do you want these people not to get payments from the government while they're unemployed?
Yeah, that's not mean. That's not mean. Well, what's your point, though?
My point, and then, well, she will, like, he could stab me in the throat and she would support him.
Stab you in the throat, man? That sounds a little far-fetched.
I had an uncle pass away a few years ago, wealthy guy, a hermit, never left his home, lived in rundown apartments in Lakewood. And only worked up in one of the casinos in Blackhawk and only left to do his job, go count money. And so he passed away, something like that. And so he passed away, and he left three of my cousins.
Something like that. So something illegal that you can't share.
I don't. The guy was so secretive. I'm not even really sure what he did.
Oh, okay.
So, and he was just so to himself, so much social anxiety, so hidden from the world. And he left three of my cousins $40,000, and maybe even more of my relatives. He left me nothing. And the theory by one of my cousins was because he had to grow up without a dad.
You had to grow up without a dad.
I would trade my dad in a heartbeat for the $40,000. A person, I post something on Facebook and he tells me to shut up. I mean, so you're lucky. You're actually lucky that you didn't have a negative. Or were you in contact with your dad? He's still alive, isn't he?
I have limited contact over the years. I think he's in a. I mean, he's old. He's about as old as Jerry. I think he's in a home. I think he's in assisted living. I'm not positive on that.
Are you going to go visit him?
No.
And so he just wasn't present for your life. He never called you. He never. What?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, that's not exactly the truth, but I mean, that's not. That's another topic.
Am I straying off topic?
Yeah, you're going. I'm trying to lead you back to what you wanted to discuss.
Okay.
You're going to trade Jerry for $40K.
I told it would have. My life would be. I would be a lot better off. I would have been a lot better off.
Because he doesn't agree with you all the time?
You don't tell people to shut up. You don't say that to anyone, let alone your son.
People
You're
tell
supposed to
people
be
shut
support.
up all the time.
What's that?
People tell people to shut up all the time.
But you shouldn't say that to your son. You should be supportive. I would never tell, like, I look at my dog Charlie as my son. I would never tell him to shut up. I would never, just give me a treat.
I don't know. I'm not a counselor or a therapist. I understand your feelings.
It's constantly like that. He's been a very negative force in my life.
A lot of people would trade their dads for $40,000 that have, in even more better circumstances.
Yeah.
$40,000.
Yeah, I would miss him. But I would just, my thing is, I would like for him to be, if he would just be wiped clean, like I had no memory of him, and I could take the $40,000 in a heartbeat. Because I think he's been a net negative influence in my life by a long shot.
That sounds a little extreme. I don't know your relationship. Should you be having this interview with your sister, then? Wouldn't that be like, I don't know, have more merit?
Like she might understand the situation a little more. You were around for a lot of that.
I think so. A lot of what?
So you used to record so many programs. So did I.
So you just now started recording?
And then Jerry threw away all my tapes.
Jerry was going through them one?
Yeah, there was another horrible thing that he did. He just threw away all my tapes.
Why?
Because he said he thought it was trash. So I take. I almost think that he's doing it on purpose. Like he's doing something. Like he's pulling some sort of underhanded manipulative tactic. Because why would I bring my tapes 160 miles to your home during Thanksgiving and place them in your basement and ask you to please watch over them if they were trash?
Well, doing is the present tense. You're talking about this happened in the past?
A few years ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? Wow.
And he said he thought it was trash, and I said, if it was trash, I would just throw it in the dumpster. Why would I bring it to you? And he said, well, I thought there were some sort of regulations in Denver. Yeah, right. I'm starting to think it's all a lie.
I thought you meant trash as in he actually may have viewed some of them and thought the material was trash.
Well,
maybe
that's
some
true.
Might have been, I don't know.
I would probably hate to see some of that, but yeah.
Yeah, just me like jumping in a pool.
Yeah.
At a hotel.
Yeah. Anyway, you recorded so many shows.
Well, you're asking me. You said that you had sent them some to me. Here's the deal. I had many recorded VHSs back in the day, and I believe that they were trashed.
Oh, you
threw grandfather.
Yeah. See, there you go. Unbelievable. You could.
Well, I mean, because I think, because he has Alzheimer's. I think that he probably just didn't know what they were, and he just trashed them.
Right, and that's probably the case with my parents too. I thought, but now I'm beginning to rethink. I'm something along those lines, early onset dementia, but now I'm starting to think there's something a little more underhanded going on, telling me to shut up.
Conspiracy against you personally?
A conspiracy, because look at the evidence I have now, telling me to shut up with no counter arguments, just shut up on Facebook, and then I call him, and then he claims his Facebook was hacked. And he couldn't be more friendly.
Well, I mean, his Facebook has been hacked in the past, though. I'm pretty sure, right?
No, I think that's just when he gets drunk and he starts harassing people. I think that's his claim.
No, I don't think so, man. Jerry was always a weed smoker. I don't understand this drunk nonsense. I've never seen Jerry drunk.
Both. Oh, yeah, right. Just coffee, right? Just tea?
I don't know. I just never seen him drunk. Oh, I know that there was, a nice bottle of Jim Beam, but I've never seen anybody drunk but you and me.
The shooters. Do you remember the Jim Beam shooters? I would always find him in his car.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I remember the, no.